Hi guys, it's Michelle from Little Mama's House, and I am here today to do another reveal for you. This box contains a package I've been waiting for almost 2 weeks now, and something I ordered off of eBay pre-loved, and it sat in customs for 8 days, and I was having a heart attack. I was sure that it was going to get seized or sent back, or that I was going to have a fee that was more than what I ended up paying for the item. But finally, yesterday, I got the text alert that it had been released from customs, and it literally made it from New York, from customs, all the way up to my house in 1 day. So all that waiting, 8 days in customs, and then it gets here in 1 day once it's released. It's like, ugh, drives me nuts. And the reason I think it sat in customs so long, I don't think it was open. Usually if they open something, there's like they tape, across the top with a special tape that lets you know that they've opened it and inspected it. So I don't think they opened it and inspected it, but on the box they wrote a big C there, and they wrote another C somewhere else. I think on the bottom of it, somewhere they wrote another C on it. So I don't know if it was, examined and that's what took so long for it to get to me or what. But at last, it is here. So I wanted to open it live for you on camera. I did just, cut through the tape on the top, but I have not opened it yet to examine it. So I'm going to go ahead and do that on camera for you now. And because this is a larger item, I'm just going to stand up because I'm too short to do it while sitting down. So anyway, here we go. And because this was pre-loved, and it did not come with a dust bag, but let me just tell you, I have wanted one of these since I was in high school, and I was never able to find it, and so finally when I found it for the excellent price that I got it for, I snapped it right up, and this is for a project. So when I saw it in this condition, I was sort of excited, and here it is. It is the beautiful Louis Vuitton Deauville. And I've loved this bag forever. I've always wanted one of these. I don't know why, but there's just something about it that has always been super appealing to me. And so I'm so excited to be holding this. You don't even know. I've wanted this bag for 20 years and just never found the right time, never had really a good reason to get it. And now that I'm getting into the dyeing of the bags and that I want to make my little travel set with all matching black dye, I picked this up on eBay. I think it was like, I wrote it down. It was $147, which is nothing for one of these, especially given that I can't fit both me and the bag in at the same time. Oh, Lord. Anyway, here, now I can sit back down. Especially given that this one is actually not in awful shape considering its age. The zipper will need to be cleaned. As you can see, a Louis Vuitton zipper should not be sticking like this, but it's not, clearly the zipper has not been cleaned like ever. It's pretty gross condition, but I'm going to take care of that easily. So here is the bag I wanted to show you. The leather is heavily patinaed, but it's actually in really good physical condition. There's no cuts, there's no scratches really in it. It's just used. It looks like that the previous owner conditioned it too, because it actually has like a nice sheen. It's soft. It's not all dried out, which I've restored some where the leather is just awful. I mean, you touch it and it feels like sandpaper. This is not like that. This is actually gorgeous. I would say that the zipper is actually the biggest issue on this bag, but as you've seen before, I know how to clean the zipper, so I'm going to take care of that right away. But I'm going to show you all parts of the bag. There's no damage to any of the canvas, and I try to avoid, when I buy pre-loved, buying bags that have any damage to the canvas because, when it comes, I have a couple of options. I can take it to Louis Vuitton if I really wanted to and have all the leather replaced. I'm not going to do that in this case because I bought this with the specific intent to dye it. But if there's cracks or damage in the canvas, you cannot bring it to Louis Vuitton. They won't work on it. So I always make sure when I'm buying pre-loved that unless I know I'm not going to do a craft project with it, I make sure that there's no damage to the canvas so that I preserve my option to bring it to Louis Vuitton and have it fixed. Anyway, this bag doesn't have that issue. I'm still going to dye it. just because that's what I want to do with it. And the inside of this bag is actually in wonderful shape. As you can see, there is not any stains. It's not peeling, it's not sticky, it's not gross in any way. There's like a little bit of looks like dust or something. Yeah, it's dust stuck in the corner, and I'll just vacuum that out with my little handheld vac. But it's actually in great shape. The inner date stamp, as you can see, got like an ink mark on it. And again, it says Louis Vuitton Paris, made in France. It has like a pen mark. And that's not really a big deal because since I'm dyeing this black when I do my bags, I dye both the inside leather on the interior of the bag as well as the outside leather. So that mark is just gonna vanish. It's not gonna make a difference. Anyway, so the date code is on the back of the heat stamp inside, and this one is really, really very well rubbed. And in the listing, they couldn't make it out, but I believe now that I'm looking at it, it is a VI, which is made in Paris, which is great. But it is so worn, it is really hard to make out. However, I am completely satisfied that this is an authentic bag. It is every aspect of it lines up, and that's not at all uncommon on rather vintage bags for the heat stamp to sort of wear off, especially when it's on the back of that little tag. So judging on the shape of it, I would say it's probably from the 90s. But here we are, and you can see the hardware is a little bit tarnished. It's not too bad. I'll be able to clean that off easily. It didn't come with a dust bag. That's all right. I have plenty of extra, and I'm actually heading out to Louis Vuitton, I think, in the next couple of weeks. One would hope. I dropped off a Speedy 25 to get complete all new leather because it was a free bag to me, so it was worth it. And I dropped it off to have all the leather redone on it. And they told me 6 to 8 weeks, and it's been 10 and a half weeks at this point, so they should be calling me any day. And when I head out there, I will see. My SA is pretty awesome, so she might be able to hook me up with a dust bag. We'll see. But anyway, here is my Davel. This is I'm going to do a little bit work on it, clean it up a little bit, and I am going to dye the Vachetta on this black so that it matches my travel set. But I just wanted to give you a couple little quick details about this particular model of bag. It is approximately 14 by 11 by 5. So it's a pretty nice size. It's perfect for travel. And the interior, again, and I'll show you one more time, is this sort of brown canvas. And it's not coated in the same way that like a makeup bag is coated, but it does sort of have, I don't want to say it's waterproof because I'm not sure, but it has a feeling that it's got a coating to it. And this one is just, again, in pristine condition inside. It has also these little, let's go this way, sort of straps. I don't know what they are. They're elastic. There we go. That's the word. And they're in here, and they can sort of hold things like if I wanted to put, I don't know, if I wanted to put my phone or something, it would just prevent it from, tipping over. Well, my phone's a little too small, but, tipping over in the bag. A lot of people use this for a diaper bag. I think it would be awesome for a diaper bag. These little strap thingies would hold up bottles or something like that perfectly. Fortunately, my son is 4, so it's too late for me to use it for that, thankfully. But I'm sure I will use it for some sort of travel because I love having things. I love like travel sets, and it certainly will not be an everyday handbag, but it would be perfect for like a little carry-on or some such use. And so I'm just going to quickly pick it up. And again, I'm sorry, it's a gross rainy day here, so my hair is a fluff ball of awfulness, even on a non-humid, non-rainy day. Oh, you can see, sorry, I didn't show you this. There's the exterior. You see that? The exterior heat stamp. My hair is terrible on the best of days, so blah. Anyway, so I'll show you how this looks on. For me, it's just a little bit too big to use as an everyday bag. Here's what it looks like on. Like this. Again, this is my favorite type of bag to carry. I really like bags that hook right in the corner.
I'm going to a party.
Okay.
I gotta get past tonight.
Excuse me.
I gotta go to a party.
Okay, make sure you close the door, please.
I just had to close this big party.
Okay. Sorry. This is my favorite type of bag to carry like this. I don't know why. I've always liked purses that go in the crook of the arm. So here it is, and I love this bag. Like I've been wanting this bag since I think I was like 15 years old. I mean, actually got into Louis Vuitton because my grandmother, who I was very, 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 very close to growing up, so I always remember her carrying around either a Petite Noë or a little Chanel, like, I don't have any Chanels, but the little Chanel like clutch with fringe on it. It was so cute. But I think it was for like my 13th or 14th birthday, she got me my first Louis Vuitton, which was the Papillon, and I loved that bag. And ever since then, I was hooked. So I've wanted this bag since about that time. So I'm so glad I was finally able to get it. I got it for an amazing price, again, on eBay. I paid $147 for it. And I mean, it's actually in really good shape. It's in better shape than I thought it was going to be in, which is always nice. And I think a lot of people were steering away from it because the date code had been slightly rubbed off and all you could see was the VI. That doesn't bother me. I can authenticate the bag outside of having that date code. It is absolutely 100%. I'm totally satisfied that it's 100% authentic. And if it wasn't, I always make sure when I'm doing something like this on eBay that I don't pay with PayPal. I mean, I use PayPal, but I don't pay with funds that are in my PayPal account. I always pay using funds either from my debit card or directly from my bank, because if there were ever to be a problem with authenticity, aside from being able to make a PayPal claim and going through that process, I'd be able to just call my bank and they would take care of it with a lot less issues, I guess, than having to wait for PayPal to investigate and authenticate the bag and send in the paperwork. When I use my bank, I'm always protected. It's just an extra layer of protection in case. I have, knock on wood, never purchased a fake off of eBay. I really do make sure that I check thoroughly all aspects of the bag and really research what I want to buy before purchasing it, so that I know what I'm looking for to make sure that the bag is authentic. And if I'm not satisfied that it's authentic, I don't buy it. There's so many pre-loved bags out there. There's so many resources to find good pre-loved bags that if there's ever a question in your mind about whether it's something real, is something a rip-off, a knockoff, just don't buy it. If you have to question it, pass. It's better to be safe, I think, than be sorry. So with that being said, I got this for a really low price. I've not seen many Deauvilles, at least in this condition, going for under $150. And so when I won it for $147, I was like over the moon. So here she is. What I'm going to do is clean up the hardware probably first. I'm probably going to go do that right now because I can't wait. And I'm going to work on that, get all the hardware in good condition. Even though there's some of these bags come and they smell disgusting. It's awful. But there's no odor at all to the bag. So I might just throw like a dryer sheet in there just so it smells like specifically good instead of just smelling like leather. So after I get all of the hardware cleaned up, I'm going to give it a good wipe with baby wipes on all the leather pieces and give it a good conditioning, and then I'm going to set to work turning this to match my compagnie and my other travel pieces. So what I will do is I'm not going to show you the whole process on this one because this is a big bag. It's going to take me, I would say, 2 to 3 days probably to dye the whole thing and to get it sealed and all that. So what I'll do is I will do a reveal once it's complete and show you how it came out and how it looks and what changes I made, and let you know, show you my zipper once I get it functioning well and opening and closing easily. I'll probably also stuff it for a couple days because even though they shipped it in a nice big box, which is surprising because I've ordered some on eBay that come and it's like, oh my god, I can't believe you flattened the purse like that. Looks like they just stepped on it and shoved it in the box. But this actually came in an appropriate size box for the purse, and it wasn't all stuffed and smushed. But I think just from, it was packed with the handles up, and I think that caused the top to just get a little deformed, but that'll straighten back out once I stuff it. And, I usually, if I just have to reshape it, I just keep going over the canvas with my hands, and that warms it up a little bit, just enough to make it a little bit more malleable, and then I stuff it and I just let it sit. Alternatively, you can put your hairdryer on very, very low heat. Don't get up close to it. Don't touch it with your hairdryer. That will melt it. But, from about here away, if you just subject it to a little bit of low heat with your hairdryer and then gently, shape the bag with your hands. Don't pull it too hard, but, kind of mold it back into the right position. That'll help with, like, the crushed sort of look. But anyway, enough of that. Here it is, the Louis Vuitton Deauville bag. As always, thank you for watching. Bye-bye.